Welcome back, children. In the earlier topic, we have studied about the plains, major landforms on the continent. In that, we have studied about mountains. Then we have studied about the plateaus. Now, today we will be studying about the plains. It is also a landform, and most probably we are living in plain areas. A relatively flat or low-lying land surface is called a plain, right? Flat and low-lying land surface. Plains, depending on how they are formed, may be level or rolling. Other may have a wave-like surface, while still other may be undulating. Okay, the plains also is being categorized in depending on how they are formed. Those plains are rolling also, plain also, some are having wave like surface, some are not similar to each other. So many characteristics plains are also having, right? Plains are formed by action of rivers, wind and ice. They are the process, right? By this action only the plains are formed. In the middle course, the river overflow their bank during annual flood and deposit material consisting of sand, silt, clay, etc. called alluvium. Okay, so when the river is moving in the normal speed, if it is overflowing at that time, wherever the bank of river is there, then annual flood is coming because of the rain or heavy rain or something like that. So that because of that overflow or annual flood, and they are going to take the material consisting whatever it is having, and it is going to take out that one, that is sand, silt, clay, etc. called alluvium. Okay, so such plains are known as alluvial plains, which is going to consist of sand, silt and clay. They are called the alluvial plains. So these are going to deposit material, so many things, right? By that you have seen the flood, how the flood is going to come. It is going to take out the whole villages. It is being covered inside it. After that, when it is going to get slow down, it is going to take all the material along with that inside the river, or it is going to deposit in the bank of the river. Because of that, the fertility and all are being present. Now, the Indus plain and of India and Pakistan, the Indo-Gangetic plain of India, the Nile plain of Egypt and the Yangtze plain of China are the example of alluvial plain. These all are known as alluvial plain. They are being present in different part of the country. India also we are having, that is Indus plain, and Indus is also being, some part of it is there in the Pakistan also. Okay, Indo-Gangetic plain is also there in India. Egypt is having Nile plain, and Yangtze plain of China are that example of alluvial plain, which is going to have this kind of material deposit. Such plains are most useful to man. Indeed, the first civilization along the bank of river is being there in this river, okay, near the course. Because they are fertile due to deposition of alluvium and availability of water, these plains have always been ideal for agriculture and human habitation. First civilization is being told in Indus Valley civilization because of the fertile soil, because this flood is going to come. Flood is there now. Because of that only the agriculture is grown too much, and the population is also very high in that, right? So they are also, human habitation is being present. As their fertile soil is there, agriculture is there, definitely the people are going to stay over there. Such plains are also found near sea coast. Okay, people were settling in history also I told, people settled in the places because they are going to get all kind of requirement, like water, animal for food, fishing and all can be done near the sea coast. Agriculture production is also being done because they don't have to pour the water all the time. The land is very fertile, so their crops are being cultivated in very nice manner because of that. Such plains are found near sea coast and are called coastal plain. Okay, the plain near the sea coast are called coastal plains. Plains are also made of action of glaciers and wind also, right? Near the snow area, because of that glaciers and wind also the plains are being made. It should, however, be noted that just like other processes and forces acting on the surface of the earth, the processes of landform formation are also interrelated and interdependent, right? Now, you can say that it should be noted what other process and forces are also present acting on the surface of earth, right? Only not this wind, temperature and all, other forces are also there. The process of landform formation are also interrelated and interdependent with these all other forces which are present, right? Thus, near mountain ranges you may also find plateau, plain and waterfall, right? Plain areas are also present in near the mountain ranges, plateaus are also there and the waterfall is also there. As it is being noted that from the river from mountain ranges so many rivers are going to originate, right? So that are also the reason because of that. See here, you are having the diagram that is 6.6, the Indo-Gangetic plain formed by river and their tributaries. See, right, it is Indo-Gangetic plain. Here the diagram is being mentioned, flood plain as I told, right, because of the flood, river is being there, the overflow of river water, when it is being crossing the actual area which the river is flowing, so flood is going to occur. When the flood is there, when it becomes normal, all the material deposits are being left out behind and the river is going to move out, right? So hope you would have understood, children, that the landforms, plateau, plains, mountain, okay, then ocean and lake, they are the submarine relief. We will be studying about it in the next chapter, right? Next class, sorry, not chapter, next class. In this you don't have to draw any diagram, but go through the maps and all properly, thoroughly, so that you will be able to understand what is being told in it, right? Okay, now thank you, children. Prepare, draw this diagram in your geography copy, that is figure number 6.7, this formation of alluvial plains, and this one submarine relief features. Okay, thank you, children.